Today, we are doing an introduction to the world of retailing, talking a little bit about what this semester is going to look like and what types of material we will see. So first of all, the world of retailing. Retailing is a part of our everyday lives. The average person usually just thinks of retail as going into a store and making a purchase. And while that's correct from a consumer side, there's so much more to it from a retail management perspective. Retailing is evolving into this global high-tech business. And when today's customer makes a purchase in their store, that purchase is only made possible through a very sophisticated retailing management plan. Retail managers today make complex decisions when they select their target markets, when they look at their retail locations. Retailers have to make decisions on what types of merchandise and services to offer. They have to negotiate with their suppliers. They have to figure out how merchandise is going to get distributed to their stores. Retail managers are responsible for training and motivating their sales associates. And among all of that, they also have to figure out how to price and promote and present their merchandise. So that's really what this semester is going to look like. We're going to dive deep into all of those different decisions that retail managers have to make when they are setting up their retail store. Looking at chapter 1, we first need to just look at a couple of definitions, and that first definition is retailing. The definition of retailing is a set of business activities that adds value to the products and services that are sold to consumers for their personal or family use. So the key words here are value, and then the fact that retail focuses on personal or family use. So we'll come back to that value here in just a second. The second definition is a retailer. A retailer is a business that sells products and or services to the consumer for personal or family use. So important to note that retailers do not just sell physical products, but they also sell services to the consumer. And a retailer is just one part of the supply chain that links a product to a consumer. So we all know that products are manufactured at a manufacturing facility, and then they generally go to a wholesaler, and then they're broken up to go to the retailer. So a retailer is just one part of a bigger process that links the manufacturer to the consumer. So why do we need retailers? Well, retailers create value. And so I want to talk about 4 ways that retailers add value to the supply chain, and they create this value for the consumer. The first way that a retailer adds value is by providing an assortment of products and services to that consumer. Consumers can go into a retailer and choose from a wide selection of brands, designs, colors, and sizes. Imagine for a second retailers didn't exist and you had to go directly to the manufacturer to make a purchase. In order to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, you would have to go 3 or more places. You'd have to go to the bread store to get your bread, the peanut butter store to get your peanut butter, and the jelly store to get your jelly, right? So that would just be way too complicated and time consuming. A retailer puts all of those products together in one store so the consumer can get them in one stop. Retailers also break bulk. To reduce transportation costs, manufacturers and wholesalers ship cases and pallets of products to the retailer. Retailers can then turn around and offer those products in smaller quantities tailored to individual use. For example, when you go to Office Max, you can buy a 5-pack of pens. If you were to go to BIC, who produces the pens, they're the manufacturer, you might have to buy a pallet of 100,000 pens. You, the consumer, do not need 100,000 pens. You just want that pack of 5. So the retailer breaks that bulk and provides you with just the amount you need. A third way that retailers add value is that they hold inventory for the consumer. This means that products are available to the consumer when they want them. So it allows the consumers to keep a smaller amount of inventory in their homes at a given time because they know the retailer will have the product available when they need it. Think of toilet paper, all right? Imagine if you had to buy all of your toilet paper for the year in one stop, right? That would be a lot of toilet paper taking up a lot of closet space, in that small apartment you're residing in during the school year. You don't have to do that, right? You get to go to the retailer and buy your toilet paper when you need it, right? Once a month, maybe. Another example is holiday products like Christmas wrapping paper. You don't have to worry about buying Christmas wrapping paper throughout the year because you know that the retailer is going to have it there at the holiday season. So we have providing an assortment, breaking bulk, holding inventory, and the last way that retailers add value is by providing services. Retailers provide services to the consumer, and some of these services include credit, setting up displays. Another service is having a sales associate to make it easier for customers to compare and buy products. Some examples of services are dressing rooms that you can go into and try on an outfit before you make a purchase. Another service is a shopping cart so that you can gather lots of products at one time. So providing services is a way that retailers add value to the consumer in the shopping process. So this is one thing you can think about and talk about on the discussion boards for Module 1 is what are some unique services that different retailers provide to their customers in an effort to add value to that consumer's shopping experience. Okay. The combination of all of these activities increase the value that the retailer provides to the consumer. The next topic I want to introduce you to is the question of whether or not retail is still relevant. And when we talk about retail here, this could be considered physical retail stores or the retail industry in general. But this chart here shows that more than 6,400 retail stores closed in 2017, and it shows by retailer those that had the most amount of retail stores closing. So something that we need to think about throughout the semester as we go through our material is whether or not retail is still relevant to the consumers. In your opinion, do consumers still need retail? Or can we go directly to the wholesaler or manufacturer? So another way to think about this is, are retailers providing enough value? Right? So if you have any thoughts or comments, feel free to post them in the discussion boards for Module 1. The last thing I want to introduce you to for Chapter 1 is the 6 P's of retailing. The 6 P's of retailing expand upon the 4 P's of marketing. So you'll see up here product, place, promotion, and price, and you'll also see presentation and people. So as we walk through our material this semester and the strategic decisions that retailers make, they'll all focus on these 6 P's right here. So to sum it up, retailing provides value to the consumer, and the key to successful retailing is offering the right product at the right price, in the right place, at the right time in order to make a profit. So that is what we will focus on this semester in retailing management.